All right, welcome to this explainer. Let's just jump right in, shall we? Today, we're looking at one of the absolute most iconic, resilient, and deeply symbolic houseplants you can possibly own, the jade plant, or, Crassula ovata. If you're looking for a botanical companion for life, well, you're definitely in the right place. See, this isn't just a houseplant. It's a living heirloom. It's this incredible, enduring symbol of friendship and good luck.
And check out that massive number right there, 30 to 50 plus years. Honestly, that's the lifespan of a well-cared-for jade plant. These aren't just temporary decorations you toss out when the season ends. With the right care, these plants can literally live for decades, growing these beautifully thick, woody trunks. They're actually passed down through generations all the time. To get you to that multi-decade level of success, here's our roadmap. 1. Meet the jade plant. 2. The golden rules of care. 3. Environment and routine maintenance. 4. Pruning for structural power. 5. Troubleshooting common jade problems. And 6. Propagation and expert tips.
Okay, Section 1. Meet the jade plant. Before we get into the care routines, we really need to understand exactly what kind of plant we're dealing with here. So, the jade plant is an evergreen succulent shrub natively found in South Africa and Mozambique. You've probably heard it called the money plant or the lucky plant, right? It's a classic feng shui symbol meant to bring wealth and prosperity, especially if you pop it near your front door. Now, indoors, it's pretty slow growing, but give it time, and it can reach a massive 3 to 6 feet tall, spreading out 2 to 3 feet. Oh, and one super important aside before we move on, these guys are toxic to cats and dogs. It can cause vomiting or incoordination, so absolutely keep them out of reach of your furry friends.
Moving right along to Section 2, the golden rules of care. This is all about the big three: light, water, and soil.
Listen, if you only remember one single sentence from this entire explainer, please make it this one. Give it lots of sun, forget to water it, and it will reward you. The biggest mistake people make? They treat their jades like a leafy tropical fern. And they're just not. They're succulents. To win with a jade, you kind of have to think like a camel and practice some benign neglect. Let's talk light. Jades absolutely love the sun. We're talking 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight every single day to stay strong. A south-facing window? Absolute perfection. Though, an unobstructed west or east-facing one works great too. Just avoid north-facing windows or shady little corners. If they don't get enough bright light, they'll literally stretch out looking for the sun, and you end up with this sparse, weak, leggy growth. Bright light is the signal that tells the plant, hey, build a thick, woody trunk.
Now, watering. This is crucial because overwatering is public enemy number 1. You have got to let the soil dry out completely, like bone dry, between waterings. When it is finally time for a drink, you use the soak and dry method. Step 1, water it thoroughly until it drains right out the bottom. Step 2, let it sit and drain for about 10 to 15 minutes. And Step 3, dump out all that excess water from the saucer. Never, ever let your jade sit in a puddle. Seriously, it's a one-way ticket to root rot. To make that watering method actually work, you need the right soil. Standard potting mix? It's like a giant sponge. It holds way too much moisture and will slowly suffocate your plant. You need a gritty, fast-draining mix. Here's an awesome DIY recipe for you. Take 1 part standard potting soil, mix in 2 parts perlite or pumice to get that air flowing, and add 1 part coarse sand or fine gravel. This highly porous mix lets the water drain instantly so those roots can actually breathe.
Section 3, Environment and Routine Maintenance. Let's look at how to take your jade from just surviving to totally thriving.
Jades are incredibly tough. They are perfectly happy in your standard indoor daytime temps, usually around 65 to 75 degrees. But here's a really cool secret. They can handle, and honestly benefit from, a cool down in the winter or at night, dropping down to about 50 or 55 degrees. Actually, if you have a mature plant, giving it shorter daylight hours, some dryness, and that winter chill is the exact trigger it needs to bloom. Yeah, they produce these gorgeous little clusters of white or pale pink star-shaped flowers.
As for routine maintenance, that's pretty much a breeze. First off, put the humidifier away. They prefer dry air, and high humidity can actually trigger fungal issues. For food, feed them sparingly. Just a little diluted liquid fertilizer once every 2 or 3 months in the spring and summer, and skip it entirely in the winter. And repotting? Only every 2 to 4 years. They kind of like being a bit root-bound. But hey, when you do repot, it is absolutely essential to use a heavy terracotta or ceramic pot. These plants get super top-heavy, and a flimsy plastic pot will just tip right over.
Section 4, Pruning for structural power. This is where things get really fun.
Pruning, which is best done in the spring or summer, by the way, is your secret weapon for developing that thick bonsai-style trunk. It forces new branching and stops the plant from looking like a wild, unruly mess. The trick here is just to be brave. Don't be scared to cut back hard. You just find a main stem and make a clean cut with sharp scissors right above an old leaf scar. The plant will bounce back vigorously. It usually sprouts 2 brand new branches right from where you made the cut.
Section 5. Troubleshooting common jade problems. Let's arm you with the diagnostics to fix things when they inevitably go a little sideways.
So, what's the #1 thing that causes instant panic for beginners? It's this question right here. Why is my jade dropping leaves? Sudden leaf drop is a huge red flag for stress. Sure, it might be a cold draft or a sudden change in light, but 9 times out of 10, it comes down to how you're watering it.
To crack the leaf drop case, you gotta look at the plant's texture. If those falling leaves are yellow and the base of the stem feels soft and mushy, yikes, you're overwatering and heading straight toward root rot. Stop watering right away. But on the flip side, if the leaves look wrinkled, kind of deflated, and feel soft but definitely not mushy, the plant is just dipping into its water reserves. That's your plant literally telling you, hey, I'm finally thirsty.
Now, you might also spot these tiny, corky brown blisters on the leaves. This is known as edema. Don't freak out, it's not a disease, it's not some crazy infection. It's just a physiological glitch that happens when your watering routine is all over the place, and the roots are sucking up water way faster than the leaves can release it. Just get back to a strict soak-and-dry routine and it'll sort itself out. Jades are generally pest-resistant, but they can occasionally attract sap-sucking bugs. Watch out for mealybugs. They look like little white cottony clumps hiding in the stem crevices. Scale insects show up as these hard brown bumps, and aphids love to attack the tender new growth. But the fix is surprisingly simple. Just grab a cotton swab, dip it in some rubbing alcohol, and dab the pest directly, or just wipe down the leaves with a bit of neem oil. Problem solved. Take a good look at the red edges on these leaves. This trips up new plant parents all the time. It's called sun stress. If you see the edges of your jade's leaves turning red or slightly purple, take a breath. It is a completely healthy, perfectly natural, and honestly, a highly desirable reaction to getting lots of direct sunlight and some cool temps. It just means your plant is soaking up the rays and is super happy.
Section 6. Propagation and expert tips. Let's talk about how to multiply your plant and build that legacy.
Jades are famously wonderfully easy to propagate. We're talking infinite free plants for you, your friends, everybody. You can snip a 3 to 4 inch stem cutting or literally just gently twist off a single healthy leaf. But listen closely, because step 2 is the absolute make or break moment. You must let that cutting sit in a dry, shady spot for about a week. It needs time for the cut end to dry out and form a callus. If you skip this part, it's just gonna rot the second it hits the soil. Once it's callus, pop it into some dry succulent soil and wait a week or 2 for roots to show up before you even think about watering it.
Let's wrap all this up with our ultimate pro tips for a thriving jade. Number 1, embrace the sun. It wants the brightest spot in your house. Number 2, water like a camel. Remember, underwatering is always safer than overwatering. Number 3, prune it regularly to build up that powerful trunk. 4, anchor your plant in a heavy terracotta pot so it doesn't do a nosedive off the table. And finally, be patient. They aren't the fastest growers, but that incredible longevity is absolutely their greatest beauty.
Which leads us to our final question for you. Are you ready to grow a living heirloom? Because armed with the right soil, that perfect sunny window, and just enough patience to let it dry out, you've got everything you need to cultivate a botanical companion that can literally be passed down to the next generation. Go grab a pot, find some sun, and get growing. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and happy planting.